Who am I? Oh my goodness, you probably don't even recognize me anymore. Hello, I'm so sorry. It has been a month, I think, since I filmed my last video. As you know, if you follow me, I moved recently and moved alone, so I had to do everything myself, move things over, set things up, paint the rooms, unpack, organize stuff. And while I really love my new space and I'm really enjoying it, and I will give you a tour once it's all done, I'm still in the midst of painting and everything else. And you know the drill. You go out, you just grab some fast food, you don't feel like cooking, you don't feel like doing anything. I wasn't set up for filming, so now I am in my new space and I can film. So here we are. We're at February Faves and Flops, and so let's just start. Let's just start it. Gosh, you're probably like, come on, let's go, let's go. All right, first of all, the hair. This is Madison Reed, number 9N Pizza Blonde, and I want to show you before and after. This is probably 2 weeks later, so I purposely did not style it or do anything really major to it, so you can see exactly how it is once it's drying out of the shower. It's a really good hair color, and I think that it's quality. It covers the gray, really does a good job. I'll just show you a quick picture before and after. Now this kit comes with an assortment of things. It has, you know, protection so it doesn't, the color won't get onto your skin. It has cleansing wipes if it does get onto your skin. It has a really nice shampoo, a really nice conditioner, 2 pairs of black gloves. So I kept the second pair for using elsewhere. But I just think it's a great hair color and it's a really nice treat. Yes, I use the Revlon, you know, once in a while, but it's like I really like to once in a while treat myself to something nice. And you can tell the difference in the shade and the rich luxuriousness of it. And yes, I'm letting my hair grow out, so it's not really very styled. But anyway, Madison Reed hair color. This particular shade is called Pizza Blonde. Speaking of hair, I never did get to do a hair, skin, nails best of 2020, and quite frankly, I've forgotten, and I've returned a lot of stuff. So it's like, we're just gonna have to go with it from here. We're just gonna go with the flow here. But I did want to mention the shampoo I've been using. I think I might have gotten this in like a TJ Maxx or something. This is the Lucetta Apple Cider Vinegar Shampoo. Apple cider vinegar is, as you know, kind of a known cleansing agent. It's really good, especially if you have an itchy scalp or anything like that. Apple cider vinegar will nail those suckers, because I guess it's some kind of yeast colony that gets into your scalp. I don't know. I don't want to think about it too hard. This is really nice. It smells like apples. Very, very inexpensive. It's huge in my shower. It's kind of heavy for the, you know, the holder to hold. So that's the only drawback. I think I couldn't find a smaller bottle than this, but I am going through it and I really love it. So it is the Lucetta Apple Cider Vinegar Shampoo. And for conditioner, I'm actually on another bottle. I've just hit the, oh, it looks like it's settled here. I might have one more serving in here, but this is the Olaplex number 3. It really makes a difference in your hair over time. Your hair just seems to take on a richer texture. It feels better. And I don't know what it does, because I know hair growth is dead hair. It's not doing anything anymore. But this does seem to improve the condition of the hair that's outside of the scalp. So I really like Olaplex number 3. It's a wonderful product. You can get it at Sephora or Ulta, and I'm just really loving mine. For deodorant. Okay, I know I've talked about this before, the Lumi. And you know, it was funny, I did a video talking about this at one time, and the Lumi people saw it and they commented and they said, thank you, we're glad you liked some of the scents. And in that video, and this was like last year, I said, god awful scents. Can they come up with something like orange or lemon or coconut or something? And I'll be darned, this one is Coconut Crush deodorant. And this is the stick form. And I thought the stick form would be more like a solid, but it's not. It's just the cream. And when you pull it out, the cream just comes up there and it goes on just like the lotion formula. It's the lotion formula in a different vessel, so just be warned on that one. The scent is chemical coconut. It's okay. I think I prefer the orange one. I think the clean tangerine, it's called. This is the lotion form, and you just use a tiny little bit. You really don't need very much at all. You get that into the places you want it. Now this Lumi is kind of famous because it was created by a gynecologist, and it was for her patients for the nether regions. So it's actually a bacteria killer as well as a deodorant, and you can use it under your arms, you can use it under the breasts if you have breast sweat, you can use it in the nether regions or anywhere where you have sweat, bottom of your feet. It kills the bacteria that creates a bad aroma. So the idea of it is really good. I think it's wonderful. I prefer the tangerine flavor over all the others I have tried. I have tried every single flavor now, and I think this is the one I like, and it's Lumi. You see the cute little ads they have. They have a great campaign. It's an American company, a family company, and I like supporting that kind of group. For moisturizers, I have been using it. I'm actually almost hit pan on this. This is the La Cura. And this is it's a German company that makes the skincare, and where you find this is in Aldi, A-L-D-I, that store. Yeah, they have this, and it's like, you know, like $5. It's so cheap. It really is cheap. And also from the La Cura line is the foaming gel cleanser. Now don't make the mistake and get the one in the tube that's like a scrub. That one, I had such a bad reaction to it. I used it only one time and it blew up my face into burn. It like burned and swelled up my face. That was the scrub version. This is the foaming gel cleanser. Gently cleanses with soft foaming action. This is a wonderful cleanser, and I think again this is like $4 or $5 in Aldi. So these two things are really, really well worth it. And in stark contrast, this is the Clinique All About Clean cleanser, and I'm telling you, if I had to choose between these two, this one works twice as well. When I use the Clinique All About Clean, it doesn't get all my makeup off, but this does. And this is, you know, like a quarter of the price of this. So I think Clinique is really failing on a lot of straights this year. I just think that they've messed up really bad between their makeup collection that's not inclusive and then this bad cleanser, which I got as a perk. I didn't buy it on purpose. So, okay, so La Cura out of the Aldi is kind of like my #1 winning skincare item for the year. I really love it. And since I am older, I do like to do exfoliation. And there's like 3 different forms of exfoliation. One of them is a rice powder exfoliant, and you just pour a little powder in your hand, mix it with a little water, and you can scrub that stubborn outer layer of skin that is supposed to slough off on its own every 28 days, but it doesn't. When you're older, you don't have all the stuff that helps it slough off every 28 days. So exfoliation is really important when you're older, especially if you're over 50. And this is Dermalogica, and this is their daily microfoliant. I was really happy to see for the birthday gifts this year, you get a mini size version of that microfoliant. She just gave it to me. I didn't get the choice of that in a lipstick or anything. She just looked at me. She's like, oh, old lady, she'll like this stuff. She gave me the mini version of this, and I had just bought this, and I was like, because it lasts quite a while. Okay, so the microfoliant powder, and then if you have a smaller budget, this is the Apple Smoothie Peeling Gel. You can get this right on Amazon. This is a wonderful, lightweight, it's got natural, I think it's a Swiss pear or the Swiss apple. There's something in there that will naturally peel your outer layer of skin. It's very gentle. I really like this a lot. I use this in the shower. If you have the budget, this is the most wonderful exfoliant ever. This is SexAPeel from SONIA ROSELLI. She is a makeup artist, and she has her own line of skincare that she uses on her clients prior to putting makeup on them. And this is just amazing. It's called SexAPeel. You spray it on your face, you rub it in circles, it takes off all of that dead excess skin, rinse off your face. It's absolutely wonderful. I wish she had a version of this where you could just, maybe a thicker gel where you can just rub it on your skin easier. I don't like spraying things, you know, because I have to do this. You're supposed to spray it onto your hand and then do it, but for some reason I think that's wasting it, so I do it directly on my face with my eyes closed, and it works so well. So exfoliation is so important. For moisturizers, I'm still using the Solimo, and this is, they compare themselves with CeraVe moisturizer, and I think they're a completely different feel than CeraVe. There's a little tackier feel at the end, but this is like half the price, and this is Amazon's kind of home brand that imitates name brands. I do like it. I think it's a great alternative if you don't have the budget, because CeraVe, even though it's a drugstore brand, is awfully expensive now. I'm like, really? Yeah, so this is the Solima brand. I've been using that as a body moisturizer. Some of you do mention each time I talk about skincare, because I don't make a big deal of it, this is my sunscreen. I put this on after the moisturizer. This is the last step of my skincare. City Beauty. This is the Skin Perfecting Daily Veil, and this is an SPF 49. How did they do that? This is a sunscreen. So yes, I do use a sunscreen. I don't talk about it all the time because most people find skincare stuff kind of boring. When you're talking about makeup, they're not interested so much in this stuff, but I do put a sunscreen on underneath my makeup, and this plays very well with most all brands. Sometimes when you put a sunscreen on, you wait the 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then you go and put your makeup on, it balls up into teeny little balls because it's reacting with the ingredients of your sunscreen. This doesn't have those ingredients, so maybe it's oil-free, I don't know, but it works really nicely. So it is City Beauty, and it is the Skin Perfecting Daily Veil, and it is my sunscreen, just so you know, and it would have been in my 2020 favorites. I've been using it for quite a while. For eye cream, the CeraVe eye cream, and it is eye repair cream. I've been using that, and I don't have a problem with a lot of problem underneath my eyes. I do have natural wrinkles that are happening, but it's just because I'm getting old. You know, you get wrinkles when you get old. Sorry, oops. You know, and I did use no sunscreen when I was younger, so the sun damage on my skin is quite apparent, and I'm seeing more and more every day. Speaking of that, I did an experiment. It was so long ago now, I can actually tell you that this didn't do anything. Any of you out there who have used a dark spot corrector, can you please let me know if any of them work? Because I use this one. I'm in the 8th week going into the 9th week. Okay, that's a lot. That's 2 months and a week, okay? This has not done anything at all to my age spots or anything. So I'm saying, you know, if you find one, this is the SUALSOCE. This is off of Amazon. They had all these high ratings and all this other stuff, and I thought this is great. I use this religiously every single morning on my skin, and it did not change a thing. I'll show you a before and after picture. Maybe you can see a difference. I do not. I'm going to show that to you right now. So if you have a dark spot corrector that has actually worked for you, not one that you heard is good, I mean one that actually has worked for you, please put it in the comments, because these things, this drives me nuts. It's driving me nuts, all these dark spots I'm getting. You know, and beauty also begins on the inside, as you know, and besides trying to drink a little bit more water, I have been taking vitamin supplements, and those of you who have watched me know I talk about this stuff all the time. I take elderberry extract, and I take apple cider vinegar, and I take it in a gummy form because I have a hard time swallowing pills. I cannot take a spoonful of apple cider vinegar on its own. I gack it up, and if you can't get it down, or if it makes you want to throw up, then why use it? And actually, I think so. They're saying that sometimes when you're taking a couple of spoonfuls of apple cider vinegar, it's actually not very good for you to do it that way. It can burn your esophagus. So I think this is a wonderful way to take it. And you know, there's different formats. I look for like a high percentage of apple cider vinegar and the mother in my apple cider vinegar gummies. And also with elderberry, I look for a good percentage of extract in there. These things, this is good for our immunity system. Apple cider vinegar is good for your gut and your digestion. So these two things are a staple in my diet. And speaking of diet, I am a NOOM person. What is NOOM? Okay, NOOM is, you see it advertised all the time, and it's goofy people going, I lost 22 pounds on NOOM, and it's like, okay, what the heck is this? What is different about it? Well, I took the hit for the team, and I bought a membership to NOOM. It's going to last until May. I didn't start it right away. I bought it in the end of December, not realizing, I thought I had a free week, trial week, but they canceled the trial week. It started me right away. I didn't like that part about NOOM, but however, NOOM is just moon spelled backwards. There's no meaning to the letters, just in case you're wondering about that. You know, millennials speak where they like to put initials for real words. It's moon spelled backwards, and they feel like the moon represents something to the owner. What is NOOM? Okay, it is all encompassing, and I don't have spirals in my pupils. I got my feet on the ground here. I have tried every diet. I even had a stomach staple surgery in 2002, slowly gained a lot of the weight back, and now I want to reset, go back to, you know, my decent weight. I have gained, you know, more weight than I'm comfortable with. I need to lose 35 pounds. And so they predicted that from December 30th to May 15th, something like that, I could lose that 35 pounds. And so that's what they charge you for. It winds up being somewhere around $1 a day for NOOM diet, in case you're wondering about the price point. And then I wasn't sure what to do. You download their app. There is a Facebook page, support page, which is very good, by the way. And it is, they have you log in your weight. You have to weigh yourself every single day in the same spot at the same time on the same scale, and every single day. And I know a lot of you out there who are diet people, you're going, you don't do that. It's too discouraging. But NOOM's philosophy is that you must be self-aware. If you gain weight, you're going to have to think, what did I do that caused the weight gain today? Was it something I ate yesterday that was too heavy carb, too heavy sugar, too heavy salt? Did I have some peanut butter whiskey last night? What happened yesterday that caused this weight gain? It makes you self-aware and to think. The other thing about NOOM is you log in each of your meals. Everything you eat, you log it in. And what's nice is you can scan it with your phone. You can scan any type of food with your phone. You know, you can, like my nips, my favorite food. You could just scan the barcode and it will put in how many did you have. And I said, well, there's 10 in the box. I ate 10 of them. You know, so it puts it in, it puts the calories in, and they track everything for you. And you can do breakfast, breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack. You know, you can log wherever you want. You can change it around. They have a really good library of caloric intake. Where NOOM is different, and this is the #1 thing about NOOM that makes it a better diet than most other diets, the education. You take courses in psychology with NOOM. They have little classes, and they ask you, do you want to spend 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day learning stuff? And I picked, I think I picked 10 minutes a day. And so they give you enough courses each day so that you travel on this little road of education until you are a NOOMer. You graduated from their university of knowing everything about food and psychology. It's a very, very interesting system, and I love the education you get about food and why you crave things, the different types. Like they call it fog eating. When you're just mindlessly eating something when you're watching TV, they call it fog eating. And they ask if you're somebody who likes to do fog eating. And they refer to making bad decisions as your inner elephant. Your inner elephant. You're either the driver, the rider of the elephant who's controlling, or you are the elephant who's going where it wants. And it's like, it's kind of an interesting concept, but I think the educational part of NOOM makes it worth it. Now, NOOM divides their foods into 3 divisions. Green foods, which are very light in density, like grapes versus raisins. Raisins are far more dense and have more calories in them than a grape. So, and you can eat grapes more than you can eat something more dense like crackers or anything else. Grape is there's a lot of water in it, a lot of water. They love watermelon, they love grapes, they love like fruits and things, vegetables of course. Those are all like green foods. Now, yellow foods are the next category, and those are the more denser but not really bad for you foods, like the grains and the proteins, things like that. And then you get into really dense foods, which are the red foods, and those are the beefs and the pizza, and you know, things that are heavily laden with sugar or very, very high calorie. So they also put you on a calorie per day limitation to help you. With me, they put me on 1,200 calories a day, which I think I made that once. The rest of the time I went over 300 calories, 500 calories, 600 calories. And it was like, and I probably should tell you, I lost 7 pounds. I lost 7 pounds so far since I seriously started it in January. I went off when I moved. I did all the fast food. I ate ice cream. I drank peanut butter whiskey when I was upset. I did all the bad stuff, but I kept going back, and that is a total difference to me about NOOM. NOOM was a diet that's so all-encompassing, and there are more things about it that I like, it was easy to go back on it. And you got somebody who is assigned to you. You get a coach. And they email me all the time. She's like, Kathy, where are you? You know what? I noticed you didn't log your meals in. Are you okay? How are you doing? You know, and so there is somebody there, and you can ask them questions. You can say, look, you know, I don't like seafood. What can I do? And then she will write back to me. And it's like you're writing back and forth to a friend. And then there's the Facebook page, which is very, very supportive. These are people who are like you and me, who are on the plan, who are saying, God, I gotta have something crunchy. What do you guys do? And then everybody puts in suggestions for low-calorie, crunchy things that they like to eat. So, I mean, it's a very, very all-encompassing plan. You also can put in your exercise, your walking, how many glasses of water you drink. All of that stuff can be put in. It also works with heart meters, your Fitbit, things like that. It will register your Fitbit. You can, you know, have it coincide with that. So it's really a nice plan. So speaking of snacks, what is this contraption? I love popcorn, and I've been buying microwave popcorn for years, and they have what they call light popcorn, fat-free popcorn, and everything, but nothing is better than what you can control yourself. So this is a contraption that I bought, and it stores really nicely. This is an Amazon thing, and this is a silicone microwave popcorn popper, and it also acts as the bowl, the serving bowl. So what you do is, you can see there's different lines here. You just fill the very bottom cup with, looks like maybe 1/8 of a cup of popcorn kernels, and I pour maybe a ½ teaspoon of grapeseed oil on top of that, and I put some, I have some popcorn salt on there, and you just set this on the top lightly and stick it in your microwave for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 minutes and 10 seconds if you've got 1100 popcorn pop. It's one of those things you have to watch. As you know, burnt popcorn is a miserable thing. And as the popcorn pops, the little silicone top will go to the top and keep it from getting all around. And when you pull it out and you pull off the top, you can put, you know, you can move it around, put a little more popcorn, salt, or whatever it is, and then you can use this as the bowl. And I mean, these things are around $10, and it's so nice. And they clean up in the microwave, and then they store so easily. You just store it like that. It's just so nice. I'm so glad I got this. I mean, it's just, and that way I can measure my popcorn exactly what I want to have, and I think it's just a great way to make popcorn, and I got that on Amazon. Now, I wanted to talk about this because somebody had told me that this was going to be my best friend. This came in my Lucky bag from Beautylish, and it's an ice roller for your skin. And basically the idea of it was to keep it in the freezer. You keep this in the freezer, and then when you take it out, it's a roller. You roll it on your face, and it does like a cold treatment to your face. Okay, imagine you live in the Northeast in a snowstorm, and you make a snowball, and you just roll it around your face. That's what it feels like. Absolutely. I felt like I was gonna get, like, you know, frostbite. You want to get frostbite on your face, underneath your eyes. No, thank you. So this didn't work. One of the things I really enjoyed doing when I moved was I organized my stuff. And I had not done this before, but I saw a picture of somebody's pantry and I was so jealous. I thought, I wish my pantry could look like that. And what they did was they had these containers and for everything. And you can put them in they look really nice all together. And I use smaller ones, you know, for things like, this is flaxseed, but I mean, you can use smaller ones for things that you don't have a whole bunch of. And then for oatmeal and things like that, you can use the larger ones. And then this one I'm using for my rice noodles, because rice noodles come in these flimsy plastic bags, and once you open it, your rice noodles are exposed. So I actually initially bought them for things like rice noodles that I could store. And what I do is I take the directions off the package and tape the directions on the top and the date. I have it on a sticker, the date of expiration. So everything stays fresh, everything looks good and neat, and I don't have bags all over the place. And I mean, and this is neat. And I do have the instructions on the top for how to cook this, but I mean, it's just a wonderful way to organize your stuff. And one thing I noticed is you can get different types. Now this type will pull from the top, and you can just pull it off that way. That's really nice. The ones that you get on Amazon, a lot of them they fold over on 4 sides, so you have a 4-sided thing, and you have to just put them on there like. And again, if I know how to make the popcorn, for instance, I won't put directions on top, but I always put the expiration date that's on the package, and then I wait till they're all done before I get the backup package to pour in there. I clean out the thing after the thing is done, make sure it's dry, and then I put the new package in with a new sticker with the expiration date. So I think it's a great way to organize stuff. The other thing is the spice cabinet. I mean, I had so much fun with these. I think it was 30 spice jars. And you can get them so that you can just keep them open on the top if you have large items like cinnamon sticks or bay leaves. You can get them like that. It comes with a black sticker and white ink, so you can write your own type on it. And then they also come with these shaker tops or pour tops. You can pull this open to pour a spoonful or whatever, but you have the shaker top too. You know, the little holes for the shaker top if you have, you know, the ground spices. So, I mean, I just think these are wonderful, really wonderful. And I had so much fun writing out the words. They give you a lot of extra stickers in case you mess up the spelling. Like if you go too far over or something, you know, like when you were a kid and you had to put part of the word underneath. But I really liked it, and this is my spice cabinet. Okay, makeup, okay. When I was in Sephora, I took some things back, of course, and I bought this one. This is the mini star palette, and I thought, well, it's got some really pretty colors in it, you know, the star palette. But I don't know, I just can't see the expense of a Natasha-DENONA palette. It's just not impressing me or wowing me like an equivalent amount of money in another type of eyeshadow would. And some of you are real like into, you know, Natasha Denona, I get that, but I just didn't think it had enough interesting different eye looks I could use. A couple of colors that were kind of unique. So maybe that's it, that there's a couple of colors that are unique. But I've been finding my eyeshadow palettes on Amazon, and I've talked about this one before. I'm just going to bring it up again. This is Mauve Exotic, and it is a dupe for the Anastasia Norvina. It's a dupe for Norvina palette. Every color is a dupe. Wonderful. I have been using also this month the Tarte. This is the Clay Play from Tarte. And this has bronzers and eyeshadows, and it's just wonderful. You can use them all as eyeshadows, you can use them as bronzers, you can use these as highlight. It's a wonderful, versatile palette. I really love this palette, the Clay Play. I had talked about these little fibers, these little quid palettes, because they were competing with e.l.f.'s palettes, and after using them a while, I'm sure this is not the same formula that Wet n Wild had when they did their original 10-pan palettes. You remember those older ones that we had and we loved years ago. This is a different formulation, and I'm afraid it's not as pigmented and it doesn't last as long, and I think they've cheapened it, and I feel so disappointed because I really like some of the colors, the color combinations that they have, and I thought they were competing with e.l.f., but I think the e.l.f. shadows are a better quality. So I almost want to take back, you know, that I had talked so highly about these, because I'd only tried a few of the colors and I really liked them. They swatch nice, but they don't last that long. And also the Tinted Hydrator did not work all that well. It did look a little cakey on. It's tinted and it's a light color. I got the light color, I think, but I think there's only two shades, a dark and a light, and I did not like this one at all. It didn't smooth anything out. It didn't even anything out. If you have dry skin, it's going to accentuate all the dry patches. I did like the Incognito, and this is Wet n Wild. It's Incognito, and I talked about this, but I have been using it, and that, you know, really, really nice. This shade, not the lightest shade, this is called Light Honey, and I think this is the one that was a little dark on me. It looks darker on. Yeah, it looks a little darker on than it does on your skin. So I would say that be careful with the outside, because the outside is lighter looking than what it actually is. So I would say that, you know, might want to go down a shade so that it's lighter for you in order for it to be light enough to be your concealer. But it works nicely. I think it's a very good concealer for Wet n Wild. You know, Hydrator, no. There is a brand in Walmart called Found, and I think I have reviewed them briefly before, but I wanted to bring it up again. Found is very inexpensive. With Found, I wanted to try both the foundation and also the BB cream with this. The BB cream is extremely light coverage. You don't get enough to make it a foundation. It's not bad, it's just not enough pigmentation in there. You'll need to use some kind of additional drops or something in order to have this cover for any kind of coverage. It's just way too light a coverage. So I wouldn't recommend the BB cream if you're going to be using it as a foundation substitute. And it does have some good things in it, but if you can't use it as a foundation substitute, I wasn't interested in it. This is the Nourishing Liquid Foundation. And I believe they had two types of foundation. One was for hydrating the skin and the other one was for oil control. So this one is the one I got for dry skin. I got the 120 shade. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. There was really good coverage. It can rival some of the higher end foundations. I was really surprised. You do have to blend it really well, and when you finish blending, you do have to powder in those spots, you know, the St. Bernard gel area here. I always have trouble with that anyway with makeup sitting in here. So I do like the foundation. You know, it's not my favorite, but it really worked for a discount priced foundation. It wasn't bad at all. Also from Found is their powder and bronzing powders. This is really nice because the center one here is a lot like the Kevin Aucoin medium sculpting powder, very much like that. You also have a nice deeper shade where you can work with darker skin tones, and then you've got just a basic setting powder, which is the best powder I've ever used. The best powder I've ever used. This is a holy grail item. Found translucent loose setting powder. This, I want to say it's a lot like my Hourglass. And it's so much like the Hourglass powder that you can't even really tell them apart. It's unbelievable. It's a wonderful, light, finely milled powder. You can hardly, it's so finely milled, it's unbelievable. And it works so nicely, especially under your eyes, or in places where you don't want to look cakey or powdery. This is phenomenal. Found translucent powder. The other outstanding item from Found is the illuminated highlighter. I think there's only one shade. This is kind of like Essence Pure, but on steroids. I mean, it's absolutely one of the most beautiful highlighters I've ever seen. You can see it here. Now if you can see it, here it is. Yeah, you can just put it right on. It just gives you that glow. And it's just a step up from the Essence Pure Nude. It's a step up. It's just a little bit shinier if you want just a little bit more glow than the Essence gives you. This is wonderful. And there's a ton in here. I mean, it's huge. I think it's just one shade. I don't think there's more than one shade. So this must work for several different types of skin tones, because I did find them to be quite inclusive. And the last thing from Found that I kind of liked was the this is the Baked Illuminating Blush in number 60. This is called Peach Glow, and this is a beautiful blush. If you don't want to travel with a whole bunch of stuff, you could just use this, and it makes a really pretty kind of a shimmery blush on your skin. I don't know if I can put it on here or not to look too makeup-y, but it's a beautiful shade. The 60 Peach is the shade, and it's just nice. It combines your highlighter with your blush, so you won't need to use an additional highlighter. But I like to highlight here and on, you know, these lines, you know, so I think this is a beautiful blush. Speaking of highlighters, anybody see where BECCA's going out of business? They announced that they were having to say goodbye, and you know, BECCA, they're one of the victims of COVID-19. People just did not buy BECCA cosmetics, and unfortunately BECCA is going out of business. For blush, I have been using my Essence The Blush, and this one is Beloved. Been using that one. I've been using my ColourPop. This one is Birthday Suit. Really, really nice. I'm wearing that right now, is Birthday Suit from ColourPop. These are the Super Shock blushes, which are the they're kind of cream, but they're kind of powdery cream, and you have to, they're jelly-like almost too, so you have to keep the container closed really tight. So these have been the two blushes I've been using quite frequently. I'm still enjoying my Fenty Powder Foundation. This is in shade 190. I really like this, and I saw somebody else mention that they were comparing it with L'Oreal powder, and I didn't get that on my skin, so I'm not sure if maybe they have a different skin type or what, but you know, makeup can react differently to different people. So this is the Fenty in 190, and it's a wonderful powder makeup. And yes, I have dry skin and this still looks good on me. For mascaras, I've been using these two. This is the Joa and this is the Lash Up from Joa. You can find this brand in CVS, the drugstore CVS. This is a really nice one. I notice it's now about 5 weeks old and it's starting to get a little bit thick when I put it on, which is nice. I get the big honking lashes in one coat, but I think it's starting to get dry, so I don't know how to do that. And this is the Tarte. This is the Curl Surfer Curl mascara. Really, really nice. You get a lighter kind of lash, but it does hold the curl really well when you use it. It's a beautiful color too. I really like Tarte. Their Tarte Lights Camera Lashes formulation was nice, and then they had the one in the wooden container that I liked as well. So Tarte makes some nice stuff, and so these are the two I've been using this month as far as mascaras go. As far as lipsticks go, I had a fail, and that was the Tarte, the C gels. There are different jelly flavors like strawberry and raspberry and stuff, and the first one I tried, it's like a balmy lip gel. It's a balm first and then a gel, and it smells like strawberry jam. And when you put it on, it's very, very gloppy and gloopy. But I liked the look of it on my lips, and it was like a lip balm. So I thought, oh, that'd be nice for a lip balm for winter. I'll just use it. And I bought the package that has all like 4 or 5 different flavors. They were so awful and so gloppy, and they smelled terrible. This is the only good flavor, the strawberry one. So I took it back already, so I'm sorry about that, but I didn't like this, and I was hoping it would be very nourishing, because it did act like a really nice lip balm with a little bit of color, but I couldn't get past the smell on those other flavors. So the strawberry's not bad, but I wouldn't recommend any of the other flavors. Ew. For eyelashes, I was surprised to see this. I was so happy, because you know how I put eyelashes on. I paint a line of the liner, the eyelash glue first. I paint it on there first, and then I stick the lashes on top of it. And everybody thought I was crazy. Well, that's the way they do it in Merle Norman. That's the way they were trained to do it. So was I ever pleased to see this one. This is a lash glue liner, and it's for your eyelids. You're supposed to take it, and I've used this now several times. It comes with a pair of lashes. This is a marvelous set. If you see this with the lashes, get it. It's really good. So you shake it up just like you would an eyeliner, and it's got like a felt tip pen tip, and you just draw right along the edge of your lid, and then you stick the lashes on. It's just how I do it. And this, because it's like a felt tip marker almost, it makes it so much more precise and easier than trying to paint that line on with the brush that can splay out a little bit. And you wind up using less glue, and you get your lashes on. They look so much neater. This is a fantastic invention. I'm so glad they did it, and it kind of validates me, the way I've been doing lashes. But the lashes come here, and then you've got the liner, and they've got it in black, and they've got it in the clear white, which I like to use the clear because I like to put my own color of eyeliner on. But this is wonderful, and I'm wearing the lashes now. I'm wearing them now, so that's what I'm wearing, is the lashes with this glue. I love it. Once you do this, try it that way. You'll never go back. It's so easy, really easy. I have been getting to sleep at night by using self-hypnosis videos, and on YouTube you can just Google, in the Amazon or YouTube, you just Google sleep hypnosis weight loss or sleep hypnosis success, and you'll come up with a whole bunch of them. They're like 8 hours long. You put them on your phone and right next to your pillow, and they talk you into a deep sleep. They hypnotize you, and they give you positive affirmations. Some of them are subliminal. I don't trust those as much. I always wonder what they're saying. What are they saying? Are they telling me to, murder my next door neighbor, or, anyway. The sleep hypnosis ones for sleeping, deeply. If you're overthinking things, you need to relax, this one will hypnotize you to do that. And it lasts 8 hours long. There's some nice little new agey music going on in the background. And you're just listening to this as you fall asleep. And as you're sleeping, they're telling you, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am loving, I am this, I am receiving, I am kind, it's all these nice things that you can be or do or whatever. And I've been finding it so relaxing, and I get into that REM sleep that I need, because I just have been from moving and the divorce, and don't even get me started about the divorce. Oh my God. We're mid-process here. Still on the divorce. It's been now a year since I moved out from him, and anyway, we're still speaking, we're still getting along, but get that paperwork done. Yeah. So anyway, the self-hypnosis tapes overnight, you just listen to them, and if you're watching them, they're showing a candle, or they're showing waves, or something really goofy. And there's different people that do them. There's like Scott does it, and then there's a lady named Helen, there's another guy named John, and there's different people that do them, and there's different styles. Some of them I'm not so keen on. Some of them talk really softly and soothing, and it's really nice. Some of them are a little more abrupt, or it's waves, ocean waves, and it makes me nervous. So, I mean, it's a very nice thing. They have a rainstorm in one of them. So, just in case you're having trouble sleeping, it's great. So anyway, I hope wherever you are, wherever you live, whatever you're doing, I hope you're in good health. I hope you're staying positive. This is going to be over soon. I just now became eligible to go get my COVID-19 shot, so I'll be scheduling that shortly. They just raised the age to 55, so I can finally get in there and get a shot. And I don't know, I don't think you get to choose which kind you get. If you get the kind you only have to do it once, or if you get the kind you have to do it twice, I don't know. I don't care, as long as it works. I'm good with that. I am still being a good girl, wearing my mask, doing my social distancing, washing everything when I get home. I'm doing everything that I can to stay safe, and I hope that you are safe and healthy. Until the next video, take care everybody. Toodles.